And with Mag now entering in as the coach for Enterprise, maybe a Mira, sometimes a Solus. We've seen Castle. There it is.
From the mirror windows, from the cams, and of course from the Pulse to give information. The Pulse also running a shotgun because of the Reaper MK2. Up.
Well,
I fear I spoke too soon about the Pulse. There goes Tuhan. There goes Cairo. A great entry for Rebellion. Canadian loses his head to the M870. Down goes Jigsaw. Rebellion in full control with 1:40 to go.
Yeah, absolutely. Feeling very confident. Leaves just Bappin alone now in the 1v4. He will get Rex in to make it just the 1v3, but still 90 seconds to go in this half. SR have so much time to work with, and as the phone call rings, the position will begin to get... No!
Get off the cam!
Well, it didn't matter. It would have been our second nade kill in about 30 minutes, though, Parker. That would have been insane.
Is starting to assemble their own forces up there.
Yeah, what is this retake of mid-floor, Parker? I don't know if we see this very often. They're just swarming Ambi, think it's just the sledge up above, but he hits the shots. Cairo goes down in another gunfight the whole time. Canadians planting too.
It's all up to Bappin, who's also back up there. Diffuse Kit goes down. He'll get Tuhan back from the dead. These two remaining players will need to work together against this Rebellion squad. Canadian successful with the objective, and Spoit and Rexon will cover the staircases. Canadian involved in this post plan as well. He's still alive. He's got one smoke canister in pocket. He can use it to potentially funnel these defenders into their waiting arms, but with the clock being what it is, Jesse, I don't think that will be the case. Tuhan and Bappin now working their way through the peripheries of the bomb site, not really finding that much. There's Canadian on the board for one. Bappin a bit of a delayed reaction. He gets Spoit. Rexon finds a kill again, and it's a series under their belt and the experience that comes with it. And the Rebellion are just progressively getting better the deeper into this tourney they go. Jigsaw dies. Oh my goodness. Surf will have time for the reload, maybe a little bit of fun as Brendo goes down, and it's another terrific entry for the Rebellion, as now Canadians involved as well. 1:50 on the clock, and it's just Tuhan in a 1v5. He does deny a flawless round. Jesse, will he get more than that? Survey says no. 3-0 the start here for the Rebellion.
Immediately attack, open themselves up to get punished a little bit because there are those gaps that exist.
Over by top of red stairs, Bappin rebuffing the Monty for a period of time. Caught on the windows by Rexon. A very tough spot for Bappin to be in.
There are still a couple players here on the top floor. It's really just Cairo who's sitting upstairs inside of Cocktail. He's got the pulse below. Brendo finds Ambi. That's a good answer back, and it's another one from Jigsaw, so this is starting to turn for Enterprise.
Honestly, confidence plays a huge factor here, and for guys like Brendo and Jigsaw who are able to carry more than their own weight and have consistently done so through this event, having them be mentally positive is huge. That was Brendo's first kill. It was Jigsaw's second, so there's time for these guys to get on the board. Once again, talking about impactless kills, Bappin is 4, but most of them not really turning the fortunes of the round. Down goes Cairo at the hands of Spoit. He'd flushed Cairo out of that position with a nade and then had the F90 do the rest of the job. That's a great gun, shackled to gridlock, so we don't see it all that often, but she's a terrific operator here on this map, and Spoit shows what he can do from a fragging potential. Rexon goes to the Nitro cell from Tuhan down below. Canadian will have to rely on Spoit as his only coverage. Spoit a bit of a messy set of engagements there. Canadian takes one down, traded right back, and Spoit will need to clutch up. Best opportunity for Enterprise, but it might all be for naught. Spoit with very limited time, Jesse. Brendo just needs to play keep away. Spoit will find himself in an unfortunate position. Out of time. Not getting the final kill is fine for Enterprise. They will play off the clock, and that's a big win for...
There's a barricade that is currently blocking his progress towards the site, so that's not going to be a factor, but there it is! Finds the head of Jigsaw, and the best player on Enterprise has just been felled.
5 rounds, 5 first bloods for Rebellion. Getting close enough to you for that to matter. And time again, Enterprise have to pull out those secondary weapons to make some noise. Brendo takes care of Canadian. That's actually a huge get here. As down goes the Sens, Ambi and Surf will join shortly thereafter, so this mid-round from Enterprise was mighty good in the previous round. Those same players, that same gusto is shown up here as Tuhan exploits them, finds the backstab, grabs 2, and Enterprise have...
The bomb site will take down the shield as Canadian tries to enter in through the building. Logic bombs come out, but that just prompts a jump. Sure, it's traded with the Claymore, but that's huge value from the Oryx.
That's massive. Logic bombs go off. Deimos tracks as well. A bevy of information for Rebellion still at their disposal. Down goes Ambi. Surf will now try his luck as he's got a cross. Wall Walls blowing up in front of his very eyes. Bappin with 2 kills. There goes Rexen. Enterprise stitching 3 together. They will...
Entries on Cafe. Surf was excellent on the Snake through these playing standard. And it will be the Kai instead of passive play. It's waiting for a swing, but no opportunities capitalized on yet.
Spoit holding this window, Tuhon the first to die. Opening picks have not been in the forte of this Enterprise team. Only one time, and it was in the previous round, so Rebellion back to striking first. Losing that Lion will be tough. You still have the Doka Bean, but now you've lost Brendo as well. Brendo usually competing for the top for Enterprise. Down goes Jigsaw, and my oh my, a suffocating defense for Rebellion. They are not letting Enterprise up for air one bit. Spoit the only casualty so far, but Cairo has his hands full. He'll have to deal with 4 players on the side of Rebellion. What do you even do at this point in time?
I mean, 60 seconds here. Cairo, he's got the diffuser.
There's a pulse on the board, so they will know where he's coming from. Killing Rexen over by White gives them even more information. And now in this corridor, fighting to survive, fighting to keep Enterprise in this. It was a great comeback for this OS team, but I think they might have just bit off a bit more they can chew with that very first attack.
One of those outer positions, and it's Canadian, the captain, to go down.
Tuhon's looking for another, and he'll get it. As Enterprise will find yet another kill. I believe technically Bappin got running a Valkyrie. You can keep those black eye cams in positions where they can help. Canadian going down is really detrimental. Ambi on the run out takes care of Brendo. Does he get back in alive? He does. So Ambi will live to see another day, and there goes Tuhon to Spoit. A round that looked like it might have been out of reach is suddenly very competitive here for both teams.
It's a long angle fight from Spoit in Cocktail, but he gets traded right back out from Cairo. So this is not out of the woods just yet for SR. They've got Surf alone top floor. They don't know his position, but they're clearing these angles one at a time, and Ambi under fire down towards the bottom of White Stairs. A great nade forces Surf back. Almost caught by the Deimos, and there goes the frag. Ambi alone in the 1v3.
Really well orchestrated execute. And again, Enterprise doing very well in this mid-round. The difference is they had a great start to this round as well, Jesse. It's pushed Ambi into an unwinnable position as now his cross is being held by Jigsaw. And make no mistake, Jigsaw will punish him for it. Enterprise yet to lead here direction, and he's exchanged some words as well. Bullets go out. Nitro Cell will go try to buy time. Cairo getting the defuse kit down. Nope. Canadian to the rescue, and he might have another on the sledge. The old dog doesn't need to be taught new tricks. He knows this map. He knows this play. A multiplayer stack up over towards Freezer. Reflexes maybe a bit too slow for that one. Brendo outduels him. Ambi with the Deeg. Rexen on the board. Frozen out inside of this part of the map, and there's no time left for recovery. Enterprise will need to wait yet again for this lead. They have tied or trailed.
Him out. The C4 didn't land. I mean, everything to the VIP player was perfectly.
The opening moments of every round, attack or defense.
Well, this Castle Barricade actually on the back bar door is going to make things very safe from the skylight, which is one thing, but Spoit still goes down. No DMR to hold things down. Instead, Rexens will have to sing 2 frags in this round as his teammates start to fall around him, but that is okay. Man advantage SR.
Rexen right now in Freezer? Man, chill. What are you doing here? He's playing the Zoto canisters. This guy's cold all across the board. They're looking to close on in, but Rexen is just destroying them. A third target now for him. Jesse, you and I yet to cast an ace. We're not going to do it. I got to stop saying stuff like that. Rexen taken care of as Brendo goes for the swing onto Freezer. Advantage still for Rebellion with lots of time left. Enterprise might be in a bit of trouble here.
Yeah, Surf is still top White too. Like, this is not a complete fall off from the roam game. Surf is very aggressive up towards this top floor. They seemingly don't know either, so it's free right onto Brendo. They thought it was clear, but not the case. Bappin 1v3.
Jesse, would you say it's for real estate?
It's free at this point.
Oh, I don't think you've seen the video. We simply have to show you the video. He doesn't know ball chat. He doesn't. It's ball knowledge of Tim and Eric. It's just, it needs to get up there. Bappin right now, I do fear might be prolonging the inevitable just a little bit. No case control. He's still got some track stingers in pocket, but they're not going to really have much use here. He had a good read on Surf, but I mean, you're at the disadvantage at that point in time. Great round for
to force these players out.
Out go the Bees to try and isolate this play at top White. Halfway through the round, Rexen eliminating Tuhon. Enterprise have only been able to strike first twice so far in this entire series. The mid-round has been their forte, and they might not have enough bodies to get there at this point in time, Jesse. Rebellion have taken out another as now Jigsaw is gone. Nobody on this team in a positive KD. Brendo will die. Rebellion looking for a flawless round. It will not be found. Cairo eliminating Rexen. And now a fall off from the Rebellion. They've done so much.
They have to go in and find all 4 frags.
That nade went off to try and take care of the castle barricade. It did not work. Those nades giveth and they taketh away. Jesse, you need to bring some other type of direct destruction. Maybe on map number 2, because that's where we're heading. Enterprise just as Bappin left, and Ambi says, good night, see you later. Cafe is ours. SR taking Enterprise's map.
Upset victory, beating the Falcons 8-6 in a best of 1 on this bit of an information edge favoring the North American team. They will ban electric. Teams want to do on this site is they want to open up IT breach up above and then get in through the site window, but it will be Canadian with a Twitch drone.
Yes! Yes! We don't get to see Twitch drone kills. I'm sorry. I remember back in the day when they used to do 10 damage and you could spawn in and kill somebody in prep phase.
Yeah.
Because you just tase somebody who was AFK 10 times. Oh my goodness. It's like when you see somebody die in like a breaching charge or something, it just brings out the inner kid in me. That's all. I delight in, again, the tomfoolery. Cairo will join Jigsaw. Down goes Canadian to a Nitro cell. So Enterprise still has some bark left alongside their bite, but they're going to need a bit more bite, especially now that Tuhon has perished. I see that Old Habit still
got to do Canadian's job once again as he picks up that defuse kit, tries to plant it. No more Nitro cell, so it's got to be a pure raw swing. Ambi is better though, and Bappin in the 1v4 will have to play the post plant.
Very good coordination to cover that angle, and I mean, Bappin picked up a lot of kills in garbage time on the previous map. Some more helpful than others, but very few actually turned the tides of this round. He's got 1 to his name, 3 targets to find. There's action aplenty to happen for Enterprise. But with the discipline that's been shown by the Rebellion, I do not love his chances. To compound matters, he's got the timer working against him. Scorpion, maybe not the gun to engage at this long range. He does a little bit of damage, but those bullets tickle you at that point in time, and no tickle fight to be had. At the halfway point. Just waiting out this Deimos mark. Spoit. Spoit has been the lightning at this event, but it is worth noting SR has played something like 20 more rounds than the next closest team. So it's one of those things where you're just going to pick up kills based on the amount you play.
All right, it's going to be one of those types of days, isn't it?
It's one of these games. It's just a bunch of youngsters that just...
They're on.
They're on. It's, yeah, there were some things I could say, but I'm not going to say them because I don't want to seem offensive. But yeah, they're insane. And now you got Spoit lined up for a potential other kill. That one evades him. Oh my goodness, he could have got Jigsaw there. Surf will get it instead. Down goes Spoit. Ambi trades it back. Rebellion not slowing down at all. Here, away from the defenders, you have a perfect crossfire to paralyze the defenders and gun them down. And there you go. Look at that. Spoit on the glass. Answered back. Spoit's deaths all seemingly coming from Nitro cells. He did get shot in the previous round. There's Ambi with the F2 in hand. Cannot outduel Brendo. Down goes Rexon. He'll get picked back up by Surf as Canadian gets dropped yet again by an M870. It's the second time that that's happened in this series. It's a little odd with how little we see that shotgun. But with Thorn on the board, you'll see it from time to time. It's a bit of a hole that the Rebellion are in, Jesse, and not a lot of time to work with. Enterprise just need to sit tight and not give too much up, and they should skate to victory.
Yeah, no need to overpeak this. Of course, those air jabs getting tossed out, but they've just been shot, so it's not really going to be something to worry about. Rexon is praying for a swing, but it should not come from Cairo.
Surf might have something. Oh, with the shotgun too, this is winnable. He gets one. Surf now has to turn his sights towards the 2 other players, running out of time, and look at that, the Warden of Tuhon, close up. Saw the Azami maybe for a pixel of her for a split second.
Managed to close that one out. It's just really good mid-round fighting, as you said.
When you have the versatility that the Rebellion has, it's easy for you to be able to jostle that around. Cairo's not aware of Ambi's position, and Ambi saw on his radar that there was another really close by. So if Enterprise are not able to deal with this, Ambi can continue to do some serious damage. Canadian not being the allegations on that one. There's absolutely nothing I can say about that. Ambi dies to Tuhon, so they've regained some of the momentum inside the bomb site for Enterprise, drawing even with just under a minute left in the round.
He's almost 30. Cut him some slack. We'll get back on the drones now in the 4v4 and hopefully try to get some info for his fraggers to get these kills. They've got lobby control under their grasp, and of course the top floor has been conceded as well, as Jigsaw fell off that not long ago. So 4v4 with the execute. The freezer hatch gets opened up here by Surf, and these angles will start to get even tougher for Enterprise.
All of this utility by Rebellion has found a place on this map. Very high value. You know Canadian likes his utility-based systems. Enterprise, hard to tell what their utility is doing right now because Shopify have been in pursuit of this for so long. Rexon probably shouldn't have won that engagement, but he does anyway. Back to a 3v3 we go, but dying moments of the round, Messology in front of our very eyes. Tuhon clearing out the server all on his lonesome. Jigsaw hoping for an opening. He will find it, but lose the duel. Brendo and Tuhon last alive. There's Brendo to the rescue. Surf won't get it done. A 4K from Tuhon, and a huge round as Enterprise. And frankly, Ambi has been the difference maker, walking in, getting the kill, but then immediately gets shut down. That gives Enterprise an opening as Tuhon is on a heater, finding his second on Rexon. He'll lose some of the protection, finished off by Surf. Rebellion trying to keep as close as possible. You gotta worry about a Nitro cell being tossed out. A lot of teams do, but guess what? We know there's no Nitro left. So they're predicting this as it will be a double swing. Nice coverage by Spoit. He's only good enough for one kill. Now it's Canadian to try to find his first frag with Surf with him not too far removed. Canadian can't hit Bappin, so now it's all up to Surf. He sees them by the defuse kit. Surf playing very patiently here, and he does not need to overcommit to this. That is the goal, Jesse. Out goes a flash. Gas canister will go to Obscure as well. Through the floor, a nice pick! Bappin with the clutch, and Enterprise will find their first lead of this series.
Massive frag. Immediate response straight onto Surf Parker.
Traded out. And Ambi will shoulder some more of the team's responsibilities when he goes on to defense. Down goes Brendo, and Canadian knows there's somebody nearby because the tripwire keeps disappearing. So Spoy will walk up. The attention turns towards Canadian, a great distraction. That's why we say sometimes Canadian doesn't need to get that kill. We'll ignore some of the whiffs earlier in the first half, but Canadian, a huge part of why that worked. Now he'll get Diffuse Kid down with Spoit watching over him. It's a 3v3 with Canadian immobilized for the time being, but will very quickly become a 4v3 as now Canadian is back up with that shield in hand. Down goes Surf to Cairo. Damage being done to Jigsaw. An all-out brawl inside the site as they march their way towards the Monty. Spoit out-dueled. Canadian finally on the board, and Jigsaw will ascend fish stairs. Freeze them out of a possible retreat. Surf not able to be recovered yet, but Rexon will get him right back up, and now it's a 3v1. But the mountain will be staring you down, and I mean, unless Jigsaw can move mountains, this one's going SR. Not exactly the result they wanted.
To ban it out, thinking it's something they can counter and play around. It is Capitao. Other good operators there are. Bandit Kaid likely removed, and here it is. Exactly predicted.
Raptors position. And Enterprise are getting kind of bogged down here, Jesse. This is a very slow take. We have less than a minute in the round. A vault in. Spoit is ready for that. Down goes Cairo, expecting another. They're all walking into Rebellion's bullets. Canadian dies to Tuhon, so they get the clash. But that's all they've got so far. Rebellion in control with an advantage of 1. They're in IT. Close enough, but Spoit's tucked in. The Swede. Oh, how sweet it is. Bappin now in a 1v4. Rebellion wanting to take the lead, and Ambi will give it to them. A terrific.
Canadian makes the rotate, and now it's just devastating to play on this Blackbeard position.
Hold on, but they've got one more. Brendo, a mighty distraction. Say goodbye to Spoit. Rexon credited with the kill, and there's the swing. They're all playing together, arm in arm in arm. Rebellion, just too many to overcome. Down goes Ambi. There's another on fish stairs. Case is there. Bappin is in desperate need of help as he's got the shotgun and the clash. Bappin, of course, kills Canadian because why not? Canadian was in a position to potentially go for a fight there and ultimately came up empty-handed, but who's to say? Who's to say?
Even when Canadian's getting his head blown off, he's enabling kills for his team.
Yeah, I mean, there were 2 kills that just happened there because of him. I think Canadian would easily trade himself out for his teammates to thrive. Start with the kill, and another round for Rebellion as they are demolishing Enterprise.
Here comes Cairo in the main lobby on a hard ping, and Canadian just sitting ready for the swing.
And all he needs to do is just sit and wait. They obscure behind with the F-Naught by the Fenrir of Surf. There's Canadian to pop up. The jig is up. Now he's on a duel against Cairo. Canadian, oh my goodness, a blunder. He misses most of his shots, but he's far from the only problem. Everybody crumbles on the side of the Rebellion, and Enterprise have closed the gap to
posting up as if he had left his shield there and rotated back in towards site. That Clash still just playing inside a connector. He's got an important player behind him too. That's Rexon just inside of servers. Can try to support the Clash from behind the breach.
And Canadian's elbow might be shot off his body as look at all the damage that's being done. Canadian swings, down goes Bat, but he could have another as well. But he's funneling these kills on in. Suddenly the kill feed turns blue, and Enterprise have slaughtered Rebellion. Spoit will need to clutch. He won't get it done. Oh my goodness! Enterprise tie the game!
All right, now close in on Spoit on the Azami.
They knew exactly where he was. They'll throw the grenade out, hoping for a swing on the window. No follow-up from down below. Spoit, oh my goodness, smited by the shield of Cairo. Enterprise with two. Tuhan in danger, but this is a great entry from Enterprise. The timeout working wonders. Ambi the only one to get a kill so far as Tuhan gets the defuse kit to the halfway point. Nitro Cell goes out. It does not work. Cairo taking some damage, but this is an excellent position for Enterprise. This comeback, very real at this point. Ambi, a one-man band, all up against Enterprise. They've got him isolated. Brendo shuts the door. 3 in a row for Enterprise. They're on map point. And he might find his opportunity now, wandering up. Sees the Deimos, that's one. Another turns in his direction. It's a glorified trade, and a nice shot from Brendo. Tuhan also on the board. Tuhan has been the savior in this series. Now it's the Warden of Rexon coming in for the support against Canadian. Tuhan taking damage. Rexon walks away with that frag. Out goes the shield of Cairo. He's looking to live on borrowed time. Brendo in a 1v3. Rebellion have managed to save themselves for the time being. But can Brendo get to lucky number 13? If he does, Jesse, it's Enterprise moving us over to Fortress as the decider. He's got his work cut out for him.
They've got the diffuser electrical side too, Parker.
Doesn't have a lot of time, doesn't have much to work with. And the Clash will be a real impediment here. Out goes the flashbang. Brendo tucked in. Nigh unwinnable for the Aussie, especially with no information, but toil as he might. Overtime on the menu. At least 2 rounds to settle this score. SR walked away with Enterprise's map, but it's been quite a struggle on their own. They don't really need to do too much here. To overtime we go. Brendo finally taken out by Rexon. It was only a matter of time, and they will avert disaster.
Lobby. SR control the roam game, but we're here in EXO from Cairo. Brendo will go down. Likely that's Ambi up on the top floor. Finishes off at Surf instead. 4v5 execute incoming.
Ambi and Cairo on a collision course now, both sustaining serious damage as Bappin is looking for somebody off site. There goes Ambi. He was on the ground, secured by the blitz of Cairo as he's going to look for an opening, but has to be concerned with what's above. Say goodbye to Jigsaw. Spoit's on the board. Diffuse kit was attempted, but will instead fall off. Yokai drone still up as well. Rebellion will be giving these calls, Canadian in particular, as Surf will look to break double digits and join everybody not named Canadian on this team. Cairo wanted to get that defuse plan down about 20 seconds ago, Jesse, but he's not been able to find that comfort level. He'll trap Canadian in the corner. Spoit has the cross. Enterprise put together quite an impressive streak, but it sure seems like Rebellion will move to series point unless Bappin can find something. He downs Rexon, but that's all she wrote. Rebellion move to series point, 1 round away from sealing the deal on their map. A lot of drones, a lot of intel that's being done by Rebellion as they ultimately tied that first half. No team better on their respective halves. 3 threes across the board. There goes Ambi to Jigsaw. And Bappin dies. Not much longer for this Earth. Canadian finds a rare kill onto Cairo, and suddenly Rebellion have a numbers advantage with a bit more than a minute to go.
It's exactly what they need.
There you go. First smoke will go off. Another call as Surf will smoke a different direction. I don't know if that was a course correction. Spoit takes down Jigsaw. Only 2 remain for Enterprise. This has been a valiant effort from the team all the way down under. Can they pull this one off? Diffuse kit going down. They will scramble to regain the site. Tuhan and Brendo have been sensational. Tuhan in particular, but it just might be too much for them to muster. Tuhan on the board. He himself has carried the weight for this team, but it might be a bit too much for him to lift. Rebellion failed in regular time. We go into overtime, and they are in full control as Tuhan and Rexon will come to words. Rebellion moments away from a berth on the main stage. Only one player stands between them, and he won't have any success. Shopify Rebellion win 2-0, and an NA team will be seen in front of the Salt Lake City crowd.